Hey guys, what's up? I am finally doing a vlog and it hasn't been 2 weeks, thankfully. It's only been a few days if I recall, so that's good. But what kind of pissed me off in my most recent vlog was that the audio was super messed up, and then you could hear my hand on my phone, and I'm assuming that's because there are two reasons for this. I showed this, I think I explained this in no, I didn't explain it actually yet, but you can see that I'm still using the factory seal case thing, like this piece of crap that's on the phone, because I still can't find my screen protector that I bought for it, and then the iPhone case that I bought for it is actually at my aunt's house, which we're going back there pretty soon in a few days to get the rest of our stuff. So yeah, I left that there conveniently, so I'm still using this crap, and my phone is still not 100%, and this thing actually covers up the mic, that little dot in the middle, that's the mic, and it was covered up the whole time. And then I'm assuming because it's not in the case and I'm putting my hands on the actual phone that it actually was making, that's why I was making those sounds of like whenever I'd switch hands you'd hear my hand on it. So hopefully once I get this thing off, an actual screen protector on it, and the actual case, those problems will disappear and I can actually use my own phone again. So yeah, and now I'm back on my sister's phone in case you were wondering. So that's I just wanted to explain that. I genuinely apologize for that, man, because that really made me sad because the audio was messed up in my very first vlog in this apartment, which was really unfortunate. But yeah, so yesterday was actually my birthday, and so I have officially aged, and you can see that nothing has changed. I am still a Ross, and yeah, so that was the thing. I didn't do much yesterday. I was gonna see Jurassic World, but we couldn't, and then we're not really used to the Asheville area yet, so I didn't really know what to do, so I just kind of sat around. I slept through most of it, actually. My sleeping schedule is so messed up that I went to bed at like noon and got up at like 6 or 7 p.m. So I slept through most of it, and then my mom made me a cake, which was pretty awesome, and I actually took a few pictures of it that I'm going to post today, and at least I think I'm going to post them today. We'll see. So yeah, there's that. And then also, speaking of Jurassic World, I've heard a lot of good things about it for the most part. I heard that the characters and the dialogue and maybe even the story are a little lacking, but apparently the dinosaurs and all of that, the CGI apparently is incredible, and I'm looking forward to it because all my friends told me it was amazing, and that's all I need to hear, because, you know, anybody who's like me, who likes the film, means that I will probably enjoy it too. So I'm super excited for Jurassic effing World, which has already hit over $500 million in its first 3 days, completely wiping out Avengers Age of Ultron's record. So people clearly like Transformers, and people clearly like dinosaurs, because it seems both are critic proof. So almost $500 million in 3 days. That's insane. That is absolutely surreal. So, I mean, all the past few years, I've never heard of anything like that. So that's nuts. But yeah, so in terms of what I'm doing of minifigures, I did, since my last vlog, I was, still working on War Machine. I was still just starting on the Mark 45, but I'm happy to say that I have finished both, and I actually got the final photo of them up already. I'll go ahead and pull that up real quick for you to see, and there's that, so you can see the finished photo that is available on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. That's actually on my Flickr, but yeah. So War Machine is finished, and you can see him in his finished entirety right there, and the entire figure was really, really interesting for me to make, because, painting a black Iron Man suit with gray outlines instead of, painting black onto an already dark red, set of parts was different. And, this gun right here is actually from one of Hasbro's War Machine action figures that they released for Age of Ultron, but it's perfectly to scale with LEGO minifigures, so I absolutely had to use it for the sake of accuracy. And then he has all kinds of details painted onto his arms. I definitely think my favorite part about War Machine, my favorite parts anyway, would have to be the HUD that's in the helmet, which I'll show you in a second, and the number 002 on this arm, and then the symbol on this arm that I painted, the little star on the back of this arm. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to, actually I should probably put the phone down so I don't break the gun off, because yeah, of course it is completely secured onto the figure, but it's not totally, you don't want to drop it, for instance. But yeah, so the face mask, or the HUD rather, you can see that right in there, and this time it's actually in green and red rather than blue blue and red like you might have seen my Age of Ultron showcase. And just so you know, there is the exact same like HUD inside the Mark 45's helmet. So I'm not going to show you that. If you watch my Age of Ultron showcase, you can see the HUD and what it looks like. But there's the Mark 45. He is finished now, and he looks awesome. Of course, this is the suit that he wore at the end of the movie. And I actually put up a poll, by the way, as to what face mask I should use, the more accurate one with more accurate eyes, or Lego's like thinner eyes that they had. And while I was going to go the more accurate route and use the one that I had initially, I put up that poll, and everyone went with the helmet on the right, the helmet that you see on the figure. So this was actually the photo right here. So I was going to go with this one, but then everyone else elected for me to go with that. So I was like, okay, and so I painted the HUD into that, and like I said, the HUD is exactly the same as the one you saw on my Mark 43, my Age of Ultron showcase, and it's the exact same as War Machine's, but in blue, of course. And so I've officially painted that HUD 3 times now, and it's definitely it's gotten easier painting it so many times. So yeah, War Machine and the Mark 45, their video will be next. I just got the Imperial Shuttle Tidarium review up, so I can officially say that the War Machine and Mark 45, that's my next video. That's the goal, unless something else comes up, like some sets are announced that I have to analyze or something like that. So yeah, now other things that include the fact that I am, of course, still working on my AntMan Costumes and all of that stuff. And as a matter of fact, since my last vlog, I'm not going to fully show it to you. I'll do exactly what I did in the preview photo that I posted of it and show you from the side. But I did actually take one of Lego's official AntMan helmets and sculpt over the front and then paint the entire thing to be as accurate to the helmet that we will see in the film as possible. And so I have to say it turned out fantastic. And I mean, back in January when I made this helmet, I was thinking very far ahead, because I'm glad I did, and I showed you guys, this helmet in all of its glory, because this will not be in the showcase. This is officially a reject helmet. I do not plan on using this anymore because this helmet turned out so great. And so yeah, I can officially say now that the helmet I thought I might be using in July for the Ant-Man showcase that I made back in January will no longer be used in the showcase. I mean, I might hold it up to give you a comparison, but it's not going to be the main helmet that Ant-Man will be sporting in the showcase video. So new helmet, and it looks awesome. And then Yellow Jacket, I have not made any progress on Yellow Jacket, really. He's still the same. And like I said in the last vlog, I cannot wait to keep working on him. He's going to be an awesome minifigure, but as it stands right now, I got to get the Mark 45 War Machine showcase. I got to finish up Ahsoka, because I'm trying to finish her at least like on the date or before the digital release of Star Wars Rebels Season 2's premiere. So yeah, you can see on Ahsoka, all I have to do is the rest of her Leku design on the back of her tails, a little bit more down toward the ends, and then I have to paint the back of her torso, a little bit more on her arms and her legs. So I've got a lot of work to do on her over the next few days. Going to get started on her very soon. Yeah, and then I think aside from that, though, I did get the Imperial Shuttle review up, as I mentioned, on that thing up there. And that is a pretty cool set, not really worth $100, as I explained in the review. It really should have had Luke, 3PO, and R2, and then maybe it would be worth $100. So yeah, that's up, and that actually went up on my birthday. So it was a birthday review. I was editing in the early morning of my birthday. And then super massive, bigger news is that E3 2015 is tomorrow, and or at least your today, my tomorrow, because I'm recording this. Well, I mean, technically it is still today because it is 2 in the morning, but still kind of like tomorrow for me. So yeah, today is E3, and I'm super stoked for the press conferences that's going to be being put out by Microsoft and of course EA and Ubisoft, all for various reasons. I'm looking forward to Halo 5 Guardians the most. I cannot wait to see what they're going to reveal. And Hunt the Truth just wrapped up its first season. The audio files of Benjamin, I can't pronounce his name still to this day. In that series, that series of audio logs, of this journalist who gets so caught up in Oni and the secrets behind the Spartan 2 program and trying to reveal it and blow it all open for everybody of the entire galaxy to see. It was a great first season, and the ending I expected. It was really dark and sad, but the ending of that first season was awesome. I can't wait to see it continue. I was really skeptical about it when 343 first put out the very first episode. I was like, what is this? Why are you wasting my time with this? Show me a freaking trailer. And man, was I wrong, because the more it went on, and now that it's wrapped up, that was amazing and super, super awesome. And then something that even Guy, as I call him, or Sean, TR Legos fan, you might know him on Flickr. I'm going to be working on my section for his Halo collab that he's doing again at Brick Fair this year, New Mombasa. I'm going to be starting on that very very soon, within the next week. It thinks that maybe the way Hunt the Truth ended, that today they might announce that it's actually going to be a Halo, like Hunt the Truth, where the first season ended, it might pick up as a live action series, because 343 still promised us way back 2 years ago that we're going to get a live action Halo TV series, which we still have yet to see, because Nightfall last year was not it. So there's that, and then Star Wars Battlefront, of course, we're going to get to see more of that, and unless they announce Clone Wars missions and space battles, I quite frankly don't care. I mean, it'll be cool to see some gameplay. I'll play Battlefront, of course, when it comes out, but that there will always be that empty feeling of no Clone Wars missions, no space battles, no instant action. It's like they're taking everything out of what was amazing about Star Wars Battlefront, and then the campaign missions, which were so exciting and really, really intense. It feels like we're only getting 25% of the package, and granted, today's technology, they can't do as much as they were able to do with lesser expectations and standards back then, but it's still really disappointing. For me personally anyway, and I'm sure a lot of you. But then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I don't know much about it other than it takes place in London. I've had some people already request that I make him, but until I know that the story is going to be good, I'm not making the new Assassin. So maybe I'll make him though later in the year. And then also Batman Arkham Knight, which is of course coming out on the 23rd, very, very soon. But I'm probably going to pre-order it last minute so I can get the Red Hood missions and a few other skins or whatever else that GameStop is offering. I actually looked at all the pre-orders, and from what I heard, I really think I'm going to go with GameStop for the pre-order bonuses personally. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting, man. And Arkham Knight figures, as far as that goes, I will not be making any Arkham Knight figures for a while. I'm assuming that maybe, you see, like after Brick Fair, after I finish these Ant-Man figures in the Fantastic Four, if I do end up doing the Fantastic Four, I really want to, I will be going like straight for Star Wars The Force Awakens figures. I will be going straight for a ton of different figures after Brick Fair, and so squeezing out, I'll also be working on the Halo 5 Guardians minifigures. I'll be working on Master Chief, Agent Locke, and Buck, who was recently announced, by the way. Buck is going to be in Halo 5 Guardians, fully motion capture, Nathan Fillion voice and everything. I was like, oh my god, that's so great. Halo ODST's Buck is in Halo 5 Guardians as a Spartan 4, and so I can't wait for that, and that's why I decided I'm going to try to make him and put him in the showcase video. So we'll see about that and how all of that plays out. I've got a lot planned even after Brick Fair, once all of this is set and done, so that's why I'm saying I'm not really sure if I'll be able to fit in Batman Arkham Knight figures, but I can tell you right now, if I were to make Batman Arkham Knight figures, I would definitely want to make the Arkham Knight himself and Scarecrow. I would say those are the two number ones that I'd go for. A Batman I'm not really sure about, because that, yeah, so I think aside from that, though, one thing I want to mention before closing out on this vlog is the Spider-Man casting has been narrowed down to 2 guys now, and I think that, of course, Marvel, they're going for a younger Peter Parker. We've all known this ever since the announcement earlier this year, and so now apparently they've narrowed it down to 2 actors. We've got Charlie Rowe, who was actually, this guy here, Charlie Rowe, was actually, he played Andrew Garfield in like a flashback sequence during one of Andrew Garfield's films. So he actually has portrayed a younger Andrew Garfield, which is pretty hilarious. So Charlie Rowe and then Tom Holland. And if you ask me, Charlie Rowe, I think, is definitely the best pick. So now that Asa Butterfield is apparently out of the running for the role of Peter Parker, I would definitely go for Charlie Rowe if I am to choose from these 2. So that's just me personally, and I think because he like I said, he played a young Andrew Garfield in a movie already, that's pretty much, that says it right there, that he should be the next Spider-Man personally, if those are the 2 options. So yeah, just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on that. And then of course, like I mentioned, guys, we will be going down to Florida in about the next 2 weeks, and to get all of my stuff, and that's when I'll finally have my Xbox. You know what? I'll have my Xbox set up sooner. I'm actually going to be going back to my aunt's house to get the rest of the stuff for a few days, but I'm not sure how I'm going to work out, how I'm going to get videos and photos going up while I'm at my aunt's house in the next few days, and while we're away for a good 4 days or so, getting all of our stuff from Florida up to here in Asheville, North Carolina. So I'm gonna really try to do the best I can with the time I have, because I mean, when I go down to Florida, odds are I'll have to bring all my paints and everything else needed, because I can't not work on minifigures. I have very limited time here to finish my Ant-Man figures and my Fantastic Four customs before Brick Fair, and then obviously everything I have to do to prepare for Brick Fair on top of that. So gonna try to balance all of this and get as much work done as possible, of course, over these next 2 months. And I just wanted to update you guys on that stuff. But yeah, Bella's in the suitcase. It's like, I don't know why, but our puppies, they just love to sleep in the suitcase. I mean, this is not just Bella who does it. It's also Toddy, who likes to sleep in the suitcase, and she's very fond of it, apparently, in all of our clothing. So just wanted to just show you that. And I think that is it for this vlog, though. I actually just, by the way, I want to show this real quick. I stacked all of my Marvel Legends figures that I've collected over like the past 10 months while going to stores, like up here in the corner. And man, I did not know I gathered that many. It really doesn't look like a lot, but I mean, for somebody who is just, you know, grabbing the ones that he liked, that he saw while going into stores over those months, it does kind of seem like a lot to me. But yeah, that's it for this vlog. I finished watching Daredevil for a 4th time all the way through again recently, by the way. So that's it. And I'll catch you later. Okay, bye.